Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. I've got a good one for you today because AI is stealing your job. Or is it really stealing your job? Please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's get right into it. There are so many times we've heard about AI taking all the jobs. You'll be sitting at home. You'll need universal basic income. You're going to need to be spoon fed pretty soon because you won't be able to cope with the stress of not working. No, 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 no. It's funny. I know so many different types of people that are dabbling in AI. Let's just put it that way. Hey, I wonder if it'll do this task for me for my business, to answer emails, to respond to clients, to help them with routine questions, frequently asked questions that pops up automatically that they can help these people with. And yes, and then you get my friends like Mike, who has created businesses and comes up with an idea at 11:30 at night, and by 6 in the morning, he's got himself a new website, doing everything via AI without coding, all on his own, making himself, money, stacks and stacks of money. Now, the problem with AI taking your job is you've got to look at AI and AI automation. Think about this right now. There's a great article, brilliant article out of the New York Post that breaks all this down right now. There are $818 billion being spent with employees right now every year on things that should be automated, things that they should never do on a regular basis. And when you talk to employees and you interview them and you ask them different routine questions, waste of time. That's the biggest problem right now. So with that, think about this. What's the biggest problem? Answering emails. That's a huge problem. Scheduling meetings. That's a huge problem. Responding to outlines for meetings, creating outlines. These are things that cost the average employee 5.5 hours per week that they waste time on, and they'd like to get rid of it so they don't have to deal with that. That's a lot of time, guys. 5.5 hours a week. I mean, think about this. If you just took that out and automated these people's job and made them do something else, not just sit there and look on their phone and check the baseball scores, but actually go out and use that time to work, they would go out and they would be more productive and they'd make the company more money all the way around. So that blew me away. Now here's the number that floored me. With all the companies that they interviewed, and there were thousands, the average person that works in these positions makes $115,779. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people that don't make 115 grand a year. So this job and these jobs could be automated to make it so people are making more money and helping the company being more profitable. I can't stand it when I call and I have a serious issue. Had a problem with GoDaddy and I wanted to get email fixed. Well, let me help you. I can answer all your questions. No, you can't. Okay. Well, one thing that's very well known is if you say agent, 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 or if you use profanity, 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 it really works really well in getting somebody's, oh, I can't handle that. I will get somebody for you. Okay. Just use your imagination on profanity, profanity. Anyways, the cool thing about this is that there's so much going on with AI right now that people need to look at it to handle routine tasks. I'm telling you, my son came to town from the Boston area and he's on a plane right now. I dropped him off at LAX and he's on a plane right now flying back to 13-degree weather. Lucky. That's all I have to say. Lucky. Okay. Anyways, when you deal with your life, there's things that I would like to do. And I thought about this. Well, next time he comes to town, I'm going to have AI have my schedule set so that he can know exactly what he wants to, what I'm doing. So, hey, are you free to drive me here? Are you drive me there? Now he got to borrow one of my cars and got to do what he wanted to do, and he could, run amok with his friends. So that was great. But again, I'm going to automate this next time. And I thought about this. There's got to be a way to do this, and I'll figure it out between now and when he comes early summer, and figure it out so that he can just log on to the AI for the day and know my schedule and not, you know, not change his mind. Because one thing, he's a child when he's 25 years old, and he forgets. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're filming. Oh yeah, that's right. You got the interview that day. Oh yeah, Dan, that's right. Everything is just completely lost with him. But the idea of doing this on an automated basis would be huge. Now, think about this. When you talk to these employees, they talk about what's the biggest problem. They're overloaded. They talk about burnout. Nearly half of all employees feel overwhelmed by admin duties, and half say it's made them consider quitting. Quitting your $115,779 job? Wow. Think about it. That's average. There's people in there making 150. There's people in there making 70. You know that. But work sucks. Work sucks. Nobody likes to have a job. Nobody sits there and goes, God, oh my God, I hope my boss is going to give me a hard time. It's Monday. Doesn't that be a great way to start the week? No one has ever said that. So, but everybody's feeling the same thing. The adoption gap. Even those with AI tools exist, 1/3 of workers say they rarely use them. But think about it. Your company could be part of saving $818 billion. God, that's just such a huge number. It's just so big. So, oh, top time drainers, drafting and reading emails, studying, nearly 2 hours a day, time that assistants could cut dramatically. I, have somebody that reads my emails initially. Oh, Dan, read this. Dan, read that. Oh, look at this hate mail, Dan. It's funny. This is that one weirdo in the South that keeps having his friends write you. Anyways, all that stuff is entertaining. But, AI needs to be a complementary role to the humans. And the problem with this is when you hear about the money that could be saved on this, don't shy away from this. Seriously, everybody wants to work from home and make 300 grand a year. That's the goal. Isn't that your goal, Dan? Come on, guys. You got to get out and about. You got to go out to the office. You got to socialize. I hate everybody at the office. I just had a really good friend of mine give his notice at work. And, we were debating on, are they going to treat you badly? Now, is this going to change instantly? Will there be grief because you did this? And you know what? Basically, we talked. I need your advice, Dan. Please put me in the right frame of mind. And I talked him off being stoic. I talked him off being well-mannered. I talked him into being able to tell them exactly how he felt about this place without getting upset by asking a question. Did you know about X, Y, and Z? Did you know about this? No, we didn't know about that. So he got to tell him everything. And then what did the woman do? She opened up and spilled the beans that I hate these people. And oh, don't worry, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to take care of that. And he's going to be missed because he's got such a high position that's so important that people are not taking seriously until a guy like this is gone. So the thing about this is you have certain positions I know that can't take care of. AI is not going to clean up. It's not going to fix the plumber. It's not going to fix certain things. The pool man coming to the house and, hey, listen, test the water and do this, this, and this to make sure we're clean so the kids can swim if the weather stays 85 degrees right now. Good to go, Dan. Good to go. Okay? Think AI is going to fix that? Think I'm going to be confident with AI to be able to do that without speaking to Andrew? Not a chance. So, everybody, these people are making all good paid jobs. It's not getting rid of the lowest rung in the totem pole. These are executive assistants. These are people in management. These are people that are creative, that do jobs that make a lot of money right now. It's great. Competitive advantages. Businesses that embrace AI see faster scaling, revenue boosts, and operational efficiency. Wow. Humans and AI compatibility. If you use this as a tool to make everybody work smarter, faster, and better, Then you can do things like have breaks, give them more time off. Hey, how about Friday, everybody leave at noon? You know what? That's the biggest perk you can give people is a half day. Really? Yeah. Plus, you can dress any way you want when you come into the office. Really? So if I'm going to go surfing, I could wear shorts to the office. Yeah, on Friday, you can do that. You want to see somebody happy? Want to see them productive? Give them the opportunity to excel and leave. I'm going fishing early. Think about that. That's what you're going to get out of people. So, haven't seen anything yet. Let me know what you think about this. But it's going to be interesting because AI is going to take a lot of jobs, but it's also going to help people make a lot of money. One other restaurant chain that we've talked about in the past, but it's having big problems as we, you know, get into 2026 is Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is going to close 300 more locations between now and 4th of July. That is awful, guys. That's a huge, huge percentage. They have basically 6,500 locations right now, and they're going to lose another 300 because they're just not making money. Who's not buying pizza? I guess nobody. They can't afford it. It's not like the pizza's good, but Pizza Hut is closing 300 more locations. I always like to come out to Naples, walk amongst the canals, clear my head. Just a beautiful thing to do early in the morning. But there's a lot more to talk about. You know, from one fraud to another, from one fraud you're committing on yourself by not letting AI advance your business, there are people out there that went out and tried to fleece the SNAP program. And I'm getting the greatest story sent to me. There was a man and three of his cohorts in the Boston area and Rhode Island area that went out and cheated the SNAP program out of $700,000 in PPP loans and created false identities for people that didn't exist, and got himself 700 grand. But the latest scheme that he got accused of was he created false identities for people and stole identities and filed for SNAP benefits for hundreds of people, over 100 people, and got $400,000 in SNAP benefits. And what he did was he would buy food with the SNAP benefits for his restaurant. So the restaurant basically had zero food costs. That's a good deal if you can get it. Sell a plate of pasta, sell a sandwich, sell an appetizer, know you're making 100% on the food cost. And all you got to do is pay some guy to bring it to your table and pay the cook to cook it. But they got caught. And again, these people get greedy and stupid. And the conspiracy always falls apart when you tell somebody, because somebody's going to sit there and say, you know, John's making all this money ripping everybody off. And sure enough, they got caught. Now, two things that closed recently. Bahama Breeze is closing the remaining 28 restaurants. You know, I never heard of a Bahama Breeze and talked to my buddy in Florida. I said, hey, have you ever eaten a Bahama Breeze? Oh, that's that Caribbean place. It sucks, Dan. The food is horrible. The service is horrible. The waiters wear all this Caribbean garb. It's ridiculous. Okay? Oh, ever have a good meal there? Never. I always end up there on a birthday or somebody wants happy hour, and they end up at Bahama Breeze. Well, they're closing. 14 of them are going down for the count to never be opened again, and the other 14 are going to be converted into Darden's other restaurants, which Darden owns Olive Garden. So it may be an Olive Garden coming to a city near you over Bahama Breeze. But again, you're going to see this happen over and over again, where the profitability is not there to run a restaurant. It's just not there. Another, business that went down, a fan favorite, very popular. No, it wasn't. It wasn't, because if it was popular, people would be eating there. It was a place called Cream. Cream was one of those homemade ice cream places that is kind of a nice little front entryway. Put some goldfish in that thing. So Cream goes out, and they blame tariffs on the fact that the ice cream shop is not working. Canadian cream is expensive. Only problem was I can't see any evidence that they bought anything from Canada, because they were in San Francisco and bought local cream from the local distributors. They also had an employee lawsuit that bankrupted them, where they owed a guy for unpaid, um, overtime and different things, and lost the lawsuit for the employee. He got 98 grand. He was listed as a lawsuit, as you know a liability on their bankruptcy. So that lucky guy is going to get nothing. Also, the Stripe company, what they did was they took a cash advance to the tune of $27,000 that they're not going to pay back. And just again, a perfect example. Remember, everybody's making money hand over fist, but tariffs affected the ice cream place. Come on, get real, people. It's ridiculous. Cream has gone up, ice cream has gone up, milk has gone up. Running a restaurant has gone up, but it's a fan favorite. It's popular. No, it's not. It's not popular. If it was, you'd work through a $98,000 bill and a $27,000 bill. You'd work through that. So, got a kick out of that. Michael Burry sends a chilling warning for Bitcoin, saying that Bitcoin isn't a real problem. It's proven itself not to be a hedge against any downturn in the economy. And the latest run up by silver and having Bitcoin go in the other direction is a real problem. If Bitcoin goes down by 10% more, you're going to see margin calls for different companies that have put all this money into it. So that's going to be very interesting. He says companies like MicroStrategy will be in huge, huge trouble if that in fact happens. So interesting, don't you think? What is a Bitcoin against? It's against the system, Dan. You don't understand. It's going to be what we're going to turn to when your fiat money goes bad. Okay. But you see that every type of financial argument against this falls apart when it goes down during these times like that. Man, you just don't know anything about it. Okay. Great article about MicroStrategy and all that stuff. What else? Fine, let's just get into it. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out iAllegedly Live, the uncensored channel. I love doing that content. It's fantastic. Okay. What is your favorite grocery store, national grocery store across the country? One thing about traveling is I love to go to different places. My favorite gas station in the whole world is Buc-ee's. If you are within an hour of a Buc-ee's and you ever are traveling and you could go there, you have to experience it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's the world's largest gas stations. They have kitchens inside of there. They have barbecue beef sandwiches that would, arguably compete against any other barbecue place around. They're just fantastic. And the food is great. They do the heated nuts that are mixed in, the different caramels and all that stuff. It's just crazy. Shopping, stores, everything. Grocery store, though. What's the number one grocery store? It used to be Publix, which I've never been into. And right now, been overtaken by Trader Joe's. People say that Trader Joe's is the best store to go to and shop at. I love Trader Joe's for the people that work there. I like a butcher shop. I like to see them cut meat. I like to know that it's packaged there, not shipped in and delivered. I've had good meals and good meat from Trader Joe's, but it's everything else that you can buy there. All the wacky stuff, all the frozen stuff. If you were on TikTok, you can go look at recipes like the langostino pasta, which is basically lobster bisque and the langostino, and you mix them together over pasta, and it's delicious. That's fantastic. But there's so many recipes you can get, and they have all these prepackaged foods. And as being a single man, there's times you're like, okay, I don't want to go eat that crap. I'm going to go and buy something from Trader Joe's and take it home. And it's fantastic. So let me know what you think. Who do you think is best? I've had a lot of people tell me Aldi's, but I think that they're, smoking crack. So I don't think Aldi's is good. Like, subscribe, email me, hello@iallegedly.com. Let's make some bad choices. Let's do that together. Okay? I'll see you soon. See if you guys listen. Write bad choices in the comments if you're still here.